I have a relatively big announcement to share with your faces. Hello and welcome to episode 14 of the After Action Reports. I am of course Shani. Today, as always, I am bringing you all of the news that I can possibly bring you with regards to the South African Call of Duty scene competitively, updates that's happening with the game, as well as any other stuff that I may have to announce, which I'll get to later on in the episode. But for now, let's chat about the game. Obviously, this week was a massive update that came to the game. It is the inclusion of the Grand Heist event. Grand Heist is so crazy that they have an entire season roadmap. I will be linking it below. Not everything is going to be available straight away from the get-go, from day one. There's a whole new 100 tiers to work towards. You can also now earn progress towards getting reserves. They've done a ton of stuff and overhauled the blackjack shop. They give you a daily deal now. There's obviously a ton of new content and fresh content that is up for grabs, both for card points and through grinding. Now, obviously, with this massive update, there was also a major stir to the meta. Now, I don't want to necessarily get into meta now, because I'm talking about the game. I'll talk about the meta a little bit later and weapon balancing and whatever. With multiplayer, there were 2 maps added for Black Ops Pass owners, so those are Casino and something. I know it's the cop place. Lockdown? I think it's Lockdown. There were a ton of things released and revolving around zombies. Now, I'm personally not a zombies player, so if I had to try and relay this information to you, I didn't quite understand it all, so I have linked the patch notes below. Now, Blackout had tons of stuff added and reworked. So there are a ton of new locations. They've got a new mode that is Hot Pursuit, which is basically like Need for Speed. There's cops and there's non-cops. I personally haven't had a chance to play that yet because obviously with being in South Africa, we do have those limited playlists. The day of the update, they gave us Close Quarter Frenzy solos, which not everyone was happy about, but then I saw the following day it was updated to quads, which is quite cool. So we've got normal standard quads for now, and I'm imagining and presuming, based off of how they kept rotating the playlists over the past couple of weeks, that we should get a new playlist tonight. My hopes is that it's Hot Pursuit. So we'll have to wait and see. I know a ton of people aren't exactly happy about the vehicles and the current drive over everything in sight meta. To counteract that, they did something that stood out for me when they did their Treyarch stream when they were talking through Grand Heist, is that they have buffed LMGs against vehicles. The biggest update for me with regards to Blackouts was obviously the merit and the prestige system. Now, everyone's thinking, oh my god, it's going to take me so long to get to 10th prestige, to get to like battle hardened 81 level. No, they have buffed the merits like quite substantially. So how Vonderhaar explained it is that 10 becomes 100, 100 becomes 1,000. So people have been dropping crazy numbers with the new merits. I mean, this is what I was getting in solos and I wasn't even trying. Then obviously the thing that everyone has been waiting for, that has been a discussion of several episodes before this as well, is League Play finally went live yesterday evening. Now, at time of filming, I'm actually filming this in the past. I'm filming this on Thursday evening, so I haven't had chance to play it. I haven't really had chance to see the feelings about it on Twitter or anything. So to give League Play a proper chance, I will be only really going in depth with regards to League Play next week in next week's episode, purely because I want to give it a chance. It's only been live for a couple of hours at time of filming, so by the time you see this, obviously a bunch of people would have already formed opinions and whatever, and saying what's wrong with it, what's right with it, what they would like to see more of. But with that being said, let us move on to the meta. So meta obviously was really impacted by the weapon changes. So weapon balancing, buffing, nerfing. The Maddox was killed and then resurrected, but that's besides the point. Maddox players are still running around here, there, and everywhere. But what I can say, what I'm liking to see so far, based off of the few games that I have cast already, is that I'm seeing a lot more swordfish getting run around with. The sword was tweaked and balanced a little bit more, so I've seen people running around with the MX-9, and then I did see 1 or 2 people running around with the GKS, which I'm not entirely sure. There's all up in arms and up in the air about, is stock 2 un-GA'd or not? Obviously, it's new meta. We need to figure everything out of where everything is again. There was a little bit of a confusion. Scump released a video, but people like, no, but those are setup classes for pubs, not for comp. Then there was a tweet from one of the amateur players. So I don't actually know what's happening. Maybe something has come to light since then. But for now, to my knowledge, it's very, very murky waters about whether Stock 2 has been un-GA'd or not. So come back next week and find out. Hey, if you're a player and you're watching this and you have any insights at all and you have updates, let me know in the comments. It's always what the comment section is there for. I do film this on a Thursday evening, so there may have been more tweets that go live between me filming, and sometimes when I'm editing I'm like, oh, I can't put that in the video because it's outdated. So that is a little bit of the meta update. Obviously Pro League is continuing on and all of the stuff, but let us talk about the scene. Obviously, just to start off the scene, because I feel like I always talk about them at the end of the scene segment, ASAC Card Battles, ACGL, Ace, Raving Mad, Aiming Anonymous, and then Gamma's also doing that LAN that I spoke about in the previous episode. All of that's still in the links below. You can go find them, check them out. Then obviously VS Gaming, the Cup 2 registrations close on the 3rd of March, so that's next weekend. Make sure you get your team together for that and register. Hello, duh. I have seen a ton of roster mania based off of that. Mental State rosters are locked, as I said in the previous episode. Some of those games haven't gotten to happen yet because it was either load shedding or you got hit with this massive updates and your game hadn't finished updating yet. So those games have been going underway. I know I've cast a bunch, so if you are interested in watching the streams or if you want your game streamed, please let me know. My DMs are always open on Twitter. But then I did see as well, Metal States posted a casting call. Basically, they said if you are interested in casting any other games and you can stream to your own channel, let us know by sending through your application. That is also down in the description below. So if casting is something that has tickled your fancy and you'd like to enter that, go ahead, send them an application. Then the reason why you probably clicked on this video, it is with great excitement that I can finally talk about it. I can finally share it because all of my details are in place. I am going to be attending CWL London. Naturally, you guys are coming along with me, so if you don't follow me on all the places of the internet, i.e. specifically Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, then you're probably going to be missing out because I will be trying to post as much as physically possible. I'll be vlogging everything as much as possible. So stoked for this opportunity. I've worked very hard to be able to get to where I am, to be able to do something like this, and because I am a freelancer, I can just drop everything for 2 weeks and head off to London to go watch the CWL. So I will be in the UK for 2 weeks in May. I have DM'd a bunch of people that are going to be at the events as well, and I'm like, I can't wait to see you. So yeah, it's gonna be crazy. So I'm gonna leave that on a high note. If you still want to submit clips, then make sure you're using this hashtag. Please note the ZA because I'm not monitoring the other hashtag too much. Or use the email address in the description below if you want to WeTransfer a Dropbox or whatever the hell you may want to do file sharing wise. But then other than that, that has been the episode. If you did enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you are new around here. I hope you're playing as close to 0 ping as possible, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Cheers.